giving you pictures. He's giving, oh, it's up here. He's giving you pictures. See, every seed starts out as a picture. You know, some of you are single, ready to mingle with someone that's the right person. And Lord, would you send them? And God says, I'm going to give you pumpkin. There she is. I'm looking for pumpkin. There's some men out. Come on, we got any single men out here looking for pumpkin? Come on, let me see it. Let me see it. I'm looking for pumpkin. God has promised me pumpkin. Or maybe it's marigold. Maybe he's promised you marigold, or maybe sweet basil is who you're looking for. Amen. Right? It gives you a picture. Gives you a picture of your marriage being healthy. It gives you a picture of your business growing. It gives you a picture of you being the head and not the tail. He gives you a picture. And then the problem is he sends you on a journey. And usually the journey is to the soil. Now, I don't know if you can see in my soil, I got some manure. I got some fertilizer. Don't get too close, it smells. I don't know why God would choose this dark, dirty place to put his most preciable vision. I don't know why God would choose to put pumpkin, marigold, and sweet basil. I don't know why God would choose to use me in this ministry. I don't know why God would choose me to be the head and not the tail. And so we get this life and we're confused, and God goes, the best place to unlock the seed is in the manure. I didn't choose you because you were perfect. I chose you because you had the right fertilizer. Life gave you the right stuff. And he said, but before we can really plant my word, we got to pull out the weeds. We got to forgive some people. We got to let go of some dead dreams, some things that weren't me, but you kept holding on to them and they just brought death to the garden. We got to pull out the past things. We got to pull out the rocks. We got a lot of rocks in here. This is the rock Joan and Julie right here, and Mark, and this is that past failure, and this is that other person that hurts you. We got to make some room. We got to make some. Somebody say, I'm making some room. I'm making some room. I'm making some room. I know you see fertilizer, but I see God's chosen vehicle to bring about fruit in my life. And so this man goes on a journey, and God's removing. It's something about the in-between that will remove the rocks. There's something about the in-between that will help you remove the weeds. And God says, okay, open up that vision I've given you. It's crazy when you open up the vision that God's given you and it's so bright and colorful and big, and then you pull out what it really looks like now. And you're like, God, I thought you said this. What in the world is this? I mean, no one's going to believe me. No one's going to believe. I got manure, and I got this. And this is marigold. And God says, I do my best work in the soil. You're going to have to get some tools out. You're going to have to dig deep. You're going to have to do some work. You're going to have to do some work on the end. God spoke it, but that's not the end. That's the beginning. When God speaks it, see, God doesn't give gifts that you don't have to steward. God gives gifts like children are a gift from the Lord. If you have a kid and you don't steward that kid, it's not going to feel like a gift. It's going to feel like a curse. I'll say it for you. The gifts God gives have to be stewarded. His word has to be stewarded. God says if you just hear this thing and do nothing, you're fooling yourself. Your religion is worthless. You have to steward this word. You have to plant it deep in the soil. You have to water this word. People are coming by, they're going, what are you doing? Why would you waste such precious water on manure? Well, you don't know what God put inside this manure. You don't know the seeds I know it doesn't look like much. I know I look crazy. You might have to look crazy for a season watering dirt. See, some of you keep watering your marriage. You keep watering it. You say, God, I'm just going to trust you. I'm going to tithe when you call me to tithe. I'm going to be generous even though I haven't seen it in my business. I'm going to bless someone else's business. I'm going to pray for someone else while I'm sick. I'm going to show up again. I'm going to believe again. Come on, there may be days and months he has you watering manure. And people come by and say, what is that church thing you're doing on Monday night? Why would you ever go to church on Monday night? Why don't you do something that matters? Why don't you go to a TED Talk or something like that, or watch a YouTube video? Why are you going to that place? Why would you risk everything to believe for that? This is just manure. And you say, no, God has given me a vision. He's given me, look, vision gives purpose to pain. Vision gives purpose to pain.